Have you ever wondered where knowledge truly originates from? Let's unravel the truth. From the dawn of civilization, knowledge was not something we stumbled upon or invented. No, it was a divine gift, a sacred trust given to us by the Almighty. He endowed us with intellect, curiosity, and the ability to observe and understand His creation. These were the tools ancient civilizations used to build, to heal, to govern. They were the instruments of divine wisdom. But, as the story goes, in the tranquility of the Garden of Eden, Satan whispered a lie that knowledge could make man equal to God. "You will be like the Almighty, knowing good and evil," he told Adam and Eve. And ever since, Satan has been whispering the same lie to humanity, convincing us that wisdom and knowledge come from ourselves, not from the Almighty. This deception, this distortion of truth, has led to the misinterpretation of the origins of knowledge. It has masked the divine wisdom that fueled the incredible achievements of ancient civilizations, and replaced it with the belief in alien intervention or mere human ingenuity. This lie robs the Almighty of His glory, mocks the human potential that He Himself designed, and blinds us from recognizing that all true knowledge has always come from Him. But why would Satan do this? Why would he want to mask the divine origins of knowledge? It's simple. Satan works through pride and arrogance. He convinces us that the ancient people were primitive and that we, the modern world, are superior. He replaces divine wisdom with myths of aliens or the glorification of science, removing the Almighty from the narrative of human history. When man stops seeing the Almighty as the source of knowledge, he becomes his own idol, and Satan's victory is in that pride. So at the dawn of civilization, humanity was already equipped with divine wisdom. But how did they use it? Let's take a journey to ancient Egypt. The pyramids of Egypt, a wonder of the world. But do we truly understand their creation? These colossal structures standing tall against the sands of time are not merely the result of human ingenuity. They are an embodiment of divine inspiration. The Egyptians, guided by wisdom from the Almighty, crafted these pyramids with extraordinary balance, alignment, and proportion. These are not arbitrary architectural principles, but reflections of the Almighty's order in creation. Imagine this, a civilization thousands of years ago, without the aid of modern machinery or technology, meticulously building these pyramids with such precision that it leaves us awestruck even today. This was not an act of chance, but a manifestation of the divine trust given to mankind. The Almighty endowed humanity with intellect, curiosity, and the ability to observe creation. The Egyptians, with this divine wisdom, created a marvel that has stood the test of time. However, Satan, the deceiver, has distorted this truth. Today, many believe that such monumental achievements are beyond human capability and insist on attributing their creation to extraterrestrial beings. This narrative, while fascinating, robs the Almighty of His glory and ridicules the human potential that He Himself designed. It's a deception, a lie that downplays the divine wisdom bestowed upon us by the Almighty. The pyramids are not products of alien architects. They are the testament to humanity's potential when guided by divine inspiration. They stand as proof that the Almighty's wisdom, when revered and utilized, can lead to creations that echo through eternity. So, the pyramids are a testament to human potential, divine inspiration, and not extraterrestrial architects. Now, let's move to the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, the birthplace of early mathematics, writing, and law. But who gets the credit? Let's dive into the cuneiform tablets, the ancient laws, and the number systems of this great civilization, and see if we can uncover their true source. In the heart of the Fertile Crescent, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the Sumerians built the world's first urban civilization. Their achievements weren't mere products of human ingenuity, they were the manifestations of divine order and structure. The Sumerians weren't just scribbling on clay tablets, they were inscribing the wisdom of the Almighty. The development of cuneiform writing, a system as intricate as it was revolutionary, was a testament to this divine wisdom. Each wedge-shaped mark was a symbol, a piece of a complex puzzle that conveyed laws, decrees, and literature shaping the very fabric of society. This wasn't a random invention, it was a divine blueprint. a reflection of the order the Almighty had woven into the universe. Similarly, Sumerian mathematics, which allowed for advanced calculations and laid the foundation for our modern number system, was not an isolated development. It was a divine gift, a tool given by the Creator to help mankind explore the world and its wonders. But just as the serpent did in the Garden of Eden, Satan has whispered deceptions into the ears of modern scholars. He has led them to attribute these monumental advancements to mythical gods, to idols of stone and wood. These claims are not just historically inaccurate, they are spiritually misleading. They replace the Creator with mythology, distorting the truth with superstition. Satan's deception is a veil, obscuring the divine origins of Sumerian advancements. But if we look closely, if we examine the evidence with an open heart and a discerning mind, we can see through the illusion. We can recognize the divine wisdom that permeated Mesopotamia, that ignited the spark of civilization. Clearly, divine wisdom, not mythology, was the driving force behind Mesopotamia's progress. Now, let's turn our attention to the Mayans and their astronomical prowess. The Mayans' understanding of stars was incredibly precise, but who inspired this knowledge? The Mayans, a civilization that thrived in Central America for centuries, were renowned for their astronomical prowess. This was no stroke of luck, no sudden flash of insight, no. This knowledge was painstakingly acquired through generations of careful observation. Consider the Mayan calendar, a testament to their acute understanding of celestial movements. It was so precise that it could predict solar eclipses and align their agricultural cycles with the rhythms of the heavens. This was not mere guesswork, but a profound understanding of the cosmos born from countless nights spent studying the stars. But where did they acquire such wisdom? Was it a gift from extraterrestrial beings, as some would have you believe? No, this was a divine gift, a manifestation of the Almighty's trust in humanity. He who created the stars also endowed mankind with the intellectual capacity to understand them. Yet, a sinister deception lurks in the shadows. Satan, the master of lies, has managed to twist this narrative. He has planted the seed of doubt, leading many to believe that the Mayans' astronomical knowledge is the result of alien contact. This falsehood is not just misleading, but also detracts from the wonder of human potential, a potential that was designed by the Almighty himself. This deception is a classic example of Satan's tactics. He encourages the worship of creation, the stars and planets, instead of the Creator. He whispers that extraterrestrial beings and not the Almighty are the source of wisdom, steering humanity away from divine truth. So, it's clear that the Mayans' astronomical knowledge was a product of careful observation, not alien intervention. But why these misinterpretations? Why is it so hard to believe that ancient civilizations could achieve such intellectual feats? The answer, as we'll see, lies not in the stars, but in the pride and arrogance of mankind. Why does Satan work so hard to distort the origins of knowledge, and what can we do about it? The answer lies in the heart of human pride and arrogance. Satan convinces us that the ancients were primitive, that we, in our modern world, are superior. He substitutes divine wisdom with myths of aliens or scientific anomalies, effectively erasing the Almighty from human history. When man stops seeing the Almighty as the source of knowledge, he becomes his own idol. This is the victory of Satan, a victory won through pride. But let us not forget the real purpose of knowledge. Knowledge is not a tool to inflate our egos, to make us feel superior, or to make us independent from the Creator. It's a gift meant to glorify the Almighty, to recognize His perfection through His creation. It's a tool to learn justice, order, and gratitude. Satan, however, has a different plan. He twists knowledge into arrogance and rebellion. He convinces us that we no longer need the Almighty because we have science. Yet every atom, every law of nature, every breath of life still depends on the Almighty's will. So what can we do about this? The Almighty has given us a way out. He promised, "Ask forgiveness of your Lord. He is ever forgiving." No deception of Satan can erase the mercy of the Creator. We can reclaim our divine purpose by seeking truth, rejecting lies, and remembering that wisdom comes only from the one who created it. We must rediscover the source, the original fountain of knowledge, and humble ourselves before it. If you're intrigued by the unconventional, eager to challenge historical norms, and ready to explore the charted but with a different lens, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, remember, true wisdom comes only from the one who created it.